Kieran and I made cake.
Woo!
Don't breathe in.
Yeah, this is a breathless bite.
I am the equipment. I think this is one of those things that's just super easy and impressive. Jesus, I love her. Okay. Hey, I'm Cesar with the Food52 Test Kitchen, and this is Recipe Drop, where my friends and I here at the Test Kitchen come at you with new recipes weekly. And today I have for you Tarta de Santiago, which is a Spanish almond cake. Today I'm adding a little hazelnut as well. Don't tell the Spanish. Let's make it. So this is gonna be probably one of the easiest things you've ever baked. It all comes together in one bowl. So easy, even I can do it. So we're gonna start with 4 eggs at room temperature. I've got 4 eggs. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla. I say about a teaspoon. I measure vanilla the way I measure garlic with my heart. So now to this, we're going to be adding our caster sugar. Caster sugar is just kind of like really fine white sugar. If you can't find caster sugar, you could blitz granulated sugar in your food processor until it gets nice and fine. And that's actually what I did. So here's my caster sugar, which I blitzed. It still looks like regular sugar, it's just a little finer. Another thing I love about this recipe is usually with baking, it's really beneficial to go by weight and grams, especially. I just do all volume. This is just cups, and you can't mess it up. You really can't. If you want to do it by weight, I'll include gram measurements of everything, but you really don't have to. So I'm gonna go in with a cup of caster sugar. Another great thing about this recipe, no equipment required, just a good whisk. I am the equipment. We just want to beat it until this gets nice and light. Add some air into it. Yo, this is hard work. Oh, you see how pale it's getting? Nice and creamy. I almost forgot my salt. About a teaspoon. We're gonna go in with the zest of a lemon. You could also do orange zest. That'd be really nice. Some people add this to their Tarta de Santiago, some don't, but just a little cinnamon. I feel like this is like a polarizing ingredient. Typically, this cake is done with all almond flour. I took a little creative liberty today. I'm gonna do half almond flour, half hazelnut flour. Again, traditionally, it's done with all almond. If you're a purist, if you're the authenticity police, feel free to do all almond. This part I like to do with a rubber spatula, just so that I don't overwork it. So I'm just gonna work it in until it's just combined. That's your batter. You could do this asleep. I really love the way the larger hazelnut pieces look in this, so it's gonna add some nice texture. For your pan, I suggest you invest in a tart pan. This is a 10.5-inch tart pan with a removable bottom. It's gonna make it so easy to disassemble. See, 2 pieces. What I like to do, I like to first butter the entire pan. You wanna make sure all these little ridges are well lubricated. To help with distribution, pastry brush. And I say it all the time, guys, I'm not a pastry chef, I'm not a baker. This is one of those go-to easy recipes for me that I love. And I think it should be more popular. You'll find this in Spain, but my first introduction to this was in the bakeries of Puerto Rico. The majority of the bakeries in Puerto Rico are Spanish owned, or the owners are of Spanish descent. So that's the first time I saw this there. So we're buttered. So I went ahead and cut out a circle of parchment paper. Just put down a piece of parchment paper, trace it with your knife, a pencil, some scissors. You can't mess this up. Oh, why did I put butter if I'm gonna end up putting parchment paper on top? It's just an insurance policy. And also, now my parchment paper is not sliding around. And guess what? I'm gonna add even more butter. This is such a beautiful cake. It's really nice to just like have on hand if you have company. I think this is one of those things that's just super easy and impressive. And especially since this is something you don't see very much here in the US, and this is gluten-free. Making gluten-free stuff, and it just so happens to be gluten-free. All right, just knock out some of those bubbles. If you have some residual bubbles that you can't get rid of, just with your clean finger, just pop them. It's okay to have some bubbles, but just some of the bigger ones. As an insurance policy, I like to just put this on a baking tray, on a sheet tray, just in case there's any spillage, especially because we have that removable bottom. Sometimes a little can spill out. Totally normal. And into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. I'll see you in 30 minutes. All right, so we're out of the oven. I got some good color. The color's almost a little too good. My oven was a bit hot, but it's okay. It's still great. It feels great. I let it cool for about 30 minutes, so it still has a slight warmth to it, but we're okay. And remember that bottom? I'm gonna put it on this tray with a rack. Totally not necessary, but just for my purposes, I feel like it's a little less messy. Tarta de Santiago is originally from Galicia, Spain, and this is in honor of St. James, which is the patron saint of Spain. So to make it una Tarta de Santiago, officially, we need the cross of St. James. If this is too much for you, feel free to leave it out, but it's tradition. This kind of makes it, and this is what gives it its iconic look. I got these from the Big A, you know what I'm talking about? Or you can print out an image, cut it out, totally optional, but it looks cool. The final touch, we're gonna place our cross. I'm always getting OCD about this part. Does it look centered to you? Yeah. Now, very, very, very liberally, we're gonna go in with the powdered sugar. Make sure we're centered. The big reveal. Whoa. I just want to cover this. This little part. We can manually go in. Kieran,
Yeah, talk me through this.
you're a good Catholic, aren't you?
I am a good Catholic.
So this cake is for you. This is usually all almond flour,
Okay.
but
What's different about this one?
I did half almond, half hazelnut.
Ooh.
So we're gonna have some angry Spanish people. Go. This would be great with a little cup of tea,
Ooh, yeah.
a little coffee. Hold
It
on.
smells so good.
You need a fork.
Okay. I was just going to pick it up.
You wanna? Yeah, just pick it up.
Yeah, I'll just pick it up.
Okay. How is she?
A lot of powdered sugar. Be careful.
That powder coat.
Don't breathe in.
Yeah, this is a breathless bite. That's really, really good. It's so moist. And the powdered sugar is like a icing. Wow, that's so moist.
No, you had the one that I made
It's
with
like
just.
condensation on the plate.
You had the one that I just made with the almond flour, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like the combination of the almond and the hazelnut is really nice, and I feel like the hazelnut.
It adds like a bit more of like an earthiness to it.
Yes. Jesus, I love her. You're the best.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers. That was Tarta de Santiago. So easy. Even I could do it. You could definitely do it. Add this to your rotation. Hope you try it. Like, comment nicely, and subscribe.
God, that's really